First and foremost here, page 211, 1 through 13. That in the book, they had some map that was drawn for you, and you are going to answer the questions based on that map. So again, page 211, 1 through 13 all. It's exercise B in that textbook. So make sure you're doing those. That's due on Thursday, so it's due tomorrow. Okay, so it's due tomorrow. Okay, so keep that in mind. You'll have a little bit of time today to work on that if you didn't already finish it. We are going to get a in-class activity to do today, and we're going to talk about it together. Okay, so I'm going to hand out some maps here. Here's what I asked. Do not write on these. They're brand new. I want to keep them. I just got them from the Dow's truck stop. So we're going to look at them today because I promised you.
Yeah, drive
look at
them.
them. So yeah. So a little bit of a roundabout to get home that day. That was on Monday. And I had to get back for volleyball, so that was my whole afternoon after school. So, okay, all right. So everyone's got a copy of that Iowa map. Again, don't write on it, please. I want to use these for maybe year to year. They're free at every truck stop. If you go to like a major travel center, so I just went to Dallas one. That was the one I could think of. Usually the courthouse has them, but the courthouse was closed by the time I got up there. I left here a little bit late. All right. Okay, so if you open it up, we're only going to look at one county. Let's look at Sarasota County. We're going to just kind of look at some different functions here, or some different part of the map. Okay, so we're going to look at Sarasota only. So you can open that up and make your way there. So Sarasota, it's right at the top center of your map, so I'll allow you kind of explore the maps a little bit. Take a look at it. Okay, everyone's got their map. Sarasota, it's right in the top middle of the map, so it's kind of up. So if you're looking at your Iowa map here, there's your map of Iowa, blah, 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 blah. All right, there's Iowa. Probably more bubbly over here. All right, there you go. All right, and we're in this kind of area, that's Sarasota. So take a look at it. Let's take a look at just a couple things. So when you look at the actual map itself, in yellow they have the county lines marked out, and you can even see Sarasota is written in red. It's like a pinkish color, so you can kind of see the area. Does everyone figure out where Sarasota is? Everyone found it? Okay, all right. Now on this map, you can see airports. How many airports are on this map in Sarasota? One. It's right between Clear Lake and Mason City. You can see it there. It's right next to the interstate. It's a little black little airplane symbol. It's kind of hard to see. The green double line, that is an interstate. That's Interstate 35. It's going north to south. You have Highway 18, which goes east to west. It eventually molds into the Avenue of the States, which is Interstate 27. You can kind of see it there. It's the Highway 27. Usually interstates are marked with the shields, highways are marked with a kind of a whiter badge. It's not black, but it's white. Circles are major county roads, and then anything else that's a gravel road or cement is like marked as like S or B. S's go north and south, B's go right and left for county roads, like B22 or B20 or anything like that. Obviously you have a couple national parks here. You have the one in Ventura for McIntosh. You have the one in Clear Lake for State Park. You can see those marked in trees right next to the lake in Sarasota. This little blue tree there. Hospitals. How many hospitals do we have? One. It's in Mason City. It's marked in blue. It's the H. What road would you take to go from Rock Falls to Plymouth? What route would you take? You had to go to Rock Falls to Plymouth. What would you take? And you got to figure out where Rock Falls is. Anyone figure out where Rock Falls is?
It's like right next to it.
Yeah, they're right next to each other, right? So if you really zoom in on that map, Rock Falls is over here. This is a super zoomed in version. This is Rock Falls. And Plymouth is what direction from there? Northwest, it's like up here. That's Plymouth. Okay, Plymouth. What roads do you take to get there?
B20 to S56.
Yeah, exactly right. You can kind of see the county roads that you're taking. You have to take two roads. You have to go to the west on B20, and then you have to go north on S56. You could take the river, but the river goes the opposite direction. No, rivers for us go north and south. They flow that direction because of the poles and how gravity works. Is there a railroad track that goes through Rock Falls?
Yes.
Yes, it's in black. So you can kind of see railroads, they're those dashed lines. Yeah, some major things there. Let's see, they have mile markers marked out, like 197, 194, 193. Anyone know why they have those mile markers marked out on the interstate? They're in black.
Distance.
Yeah, it's the marker where you actually have an exit. It's an exit mile marker. So that's, a lot of people don't know that. It actually tells you which exit you need to take. So if you're really struggling. They have a couple towns. The major towns that have yellow have a population over 10,000. So how many towns have a population over 10,000 there? Two, Clear Lake and Mason. You can see the sheriff's station is in Mason, south part of Mason City. It's right off of the Avenue of the Saints. It's marked with that little red star. You can see it. There's a major lake in Clear Lake. That's really the only major lake that we have. There's other, you have some smaller ponds in Mason City, but they're not considered lakes. You have rivers going through. You can see marked in blue. You have the Winnebago. You have, I think the Shell Rock River that goes through it. So you can see in the upper corner. You have the what is that? The Iowa River. What is
The
that?
Shell Rock
It's
River.
the West Fork Cedar. Yeah.
The Shell Rock River is
Yep.
stuffed with trout.
Yeah, so you have a bunch of things you can kind of interpret there. Major towns, you have Missouri, you have Thornton, Swelldale, Rockwell, Doherty, you have Birchnell, you have Ventura, Fertile. I think Fertile's right above the county line. I think actually Fertile might be actually in Worth County. So, but yeah, you can kind of see like the major things. Those are like little things you look at. Anyone know what those little red dots are that goes down Highway 65 by Rockwell and that? Anyone know what those red dots mean?
Points of interest.
Points of interest, yeah. It's kind of a weird thing. There's certain points of interest that go along that road. I don't know what it is, but they have been marked on a map, and there's a major point of interest. I can tell you what it is. It's a national highway. It's a historical highway. It is an original road from the settlers' days. So they've now paved it. So they marked them out. I know it seems weird. Sometimes they use the point of interest for like major like sites, like in Dyersville, Iowa. They have the Field of Dreams and
That's cool.
yeah, and so they have other major things around the state, but the national, like the original national highways, the road systems were marked out in those red dots in Iowa. So don't feel like there's something on the side of the road that you need to see. You're actually on the road. That's the importance of it.
You know, on Field of Dreams and Lily, when they're walking out of the car and stuff, they're walking out on platforms.
Yeah.
They have built platforms because it was dry and then all of a sudden it got really wet.
That's
The
pretty thing. Yeah.
concrete grew so much that they had to build platforms so they would look like.
I love that movie. All right. If you want to fold up your map again, you want to get to the point where you can see Hancock County. Hancock County. So don't fold it all the way closed. Go to the point where you can see Hancock. Hancock's significantly smaller. There's less major things to look at. But I want to see how well you can do at these questions. And we're going to go through them before you walk out of here today. This is our in-class activity today. So I'll give you a few minutes here. You need me to blow that on.
Are we going through it together?
Right now, then we're going to go through answers together here in a minute. this is our little in-class activity we're gonna do today. So Hancock County somehow, kind of see it's right next to Cerro Gordo. So it's right next to the one you were just looking at. So it's this one right here, this one we're gonna be looking at. So this is our new interest now.
Where?
So Hancock County. So you're gonna answer the 14 questions that I have listed for Hancock County. So don't say them out loud, just kind of write them down. You can write them down right on that piece of paper. Don't write it on my map, but write it down on the actual county. So let me read through the questions. How many major highways are in Hancock County? What is the route on the highways that go east and west? Which major highway goes east and west? Which highway goes north and south? Which route would you need to go from Hayfield to Miller? Which roads would you take? That would be the shortest distance. What is the hospital located, or where is the hospital located in Hancock County? How many state parks are there located in Hancock County? So you gotta look at the map and see how many there is.
There's a few hospitals.
Yeah, so what route would you take to travel from Woden to Crystal Lake? To get you there in the shortest amount of time. How many miles is it from Kanawha to Miller, roughly, on that map? According to the map, anyway. It's not gonna be exact. How many miles is it from Garner to Brit? Does the train stop in Clemming? How many rivers run through this county? What direction would you take to go from Duncan to Goodell? What direction, like bearings? Northwest, southeast, something like that. Is Hutchins closer to Garner or Corwith? And what route is needed to travel from Hayfield to Brit? What route would you take? These are the 14 questions. We're gonna go through these here in a little bit. I'm gonna pop them up on my marker board, and we'll go through each answer. Try to do it really quick. I'll give you 5-6 minutes. See if you can figure them out real quick. Maybe about another 3 minutes here. See how all you can do. Okay, give you less than a minute here. We're gonna go through the answers together. See how well you did. Okay, we ready? Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, we're in Hancock County, so you can kind of see it. How many highways, major highways are in Hancock County? Two. Which ones are they? 1869. Okay, good. So we had two. What is the route you take to go east to west on a major highway?
18.
18. So you take Highway 18. Okay. Going north and south.
69.
69, okay, all right. So those are your major highways. Okay, what route do you take to go from Miller to Hayfield?
B20.
B20. It's what, directly east-west of each other? Okay. Where's the hospital located in Hancock? Brit. That's where the major hospital is. That is not considered any like smaller clinics and stuff. I know we have the clinic that's out here, the specialty clinic. It's not a full-blown hospital where they do like emergency room and stuff. That's more of just a thing where you can do checkups and stuff.
Yeah, sometimes at Brit they don't really do some emergency
Yeah.
stuff and they'll life flight them or send them on the ambulance over to Mason.
Yeah. So Hancock County is it's in Brit. How many state parks are there?
3.
3. Which ones are they? Say it again.
Pilot Knob.
Pilot Knob,
Crystal Lake.
Crystal Lake, and
Curly.
Clear Lake's not Hancock.
Isn't it like Indian?
Yeah, it's down by Goodell, I believe.
Yeah, Indian.
Yeah. All right.
Indian.
What route would you take to go from 1 to Crystal Lake?
R20 down to R35 over.
R20 to R35?
I did B14 to R35.
B14 to R35? Okay. Either one, same thing. You're going to get there no matter what. Doesn't matter which direction you actually head, right, left, down and over, it doesn't matter. So, how many miles is it from Conower to Miller? 25?
I said 20 to 30.
28 to 30? The map is going to give you a rough estimate. You just add those little markers off to the side and kind of add it up. I think it was about 25 when I added it up. But again, you're in the ballpark. It's not an exact science. There's stops, there's turns you have to make. How many miles is it from Garner to Brit? Say again? 10? I believe when you look at your map, I think it says 8 or something like that.
I look at the.
Yeah. If you look it up on your cell phone, it will say a different number. It's really rough estimate what you're going to be getting to. Does the train stop in Clemmy?
Yeah.
Yes, it does. It goes right through Clemmy. How many rivers run through this county? 4? 4 rivers?
That's what I got.
I
I counted 6 that go into it.
Okay, 6 that go in, but ones that run all the way through. Okay, that's play of words there. If we have a question that's very close to that on the test, I'll clarify. It has to go all the way through the county other than stopping. Okay, what direction is Duncan to Goodell? Southeastern. You're going northwest. You're going from Goodell to Duncan, it's northwest, but from Duncan to Goodell, it's what, southeast. Okay. Hutchins, closer to Garner or Corwith? Corwith for sure. It's like Corwith is directly south of it. Okay. Next, last question. What route is needed to go from Hayfield to Brit?
R44 down to 18 over.
Yeah, that's exactly the one route. So, okay, questions on how to look at your map and interpret. Okay, I'm gonna collect those, you're gonna get points for them. Make sure you get your map, make sure your map's all folded up. It's easy points. I thought this was just kind of a good way to kind of get back into this idea of what maps are and whatnot, so